Okay, our next recipient is Don Gleeson. Let me say a couple things. First of all, personally, I knew Don 3 different ways. Number one, I believe the second year here, he was one of my football coaches. So I knew him, Dwayne Lamb, and then Schuler, I knew him as Coach Gleeson. And then when he went on to become a teacher and a superintendent, I knew him as Mr. Gleeson. And then after he retired, I got to know him well. He joined the American Legion Post, and we were at a lot of functions together. We went to Hollywood National Cemeteries, we had meetings, and we had a lot of fun together. And I knew him then as Don, so he get to know him in all aspects of his life, and really respected the man. Anyway, his son John's going to speak for him, but he asked me if I would read his bio first, and then he would come up and speak. And I know a lot of you have already read it, but I'll do this. It says, Don Gleeson was born January 9th, 1939 in Saginaw, Michigan, to parents Jacob and Olive Gleeson. Don grew up in Vassar, Michigan, along with brothers Ellen and Michael and sisters Royanna, Charlotte, and Jean. He played varsity football and baseball and graduated from Vassar High School in 1957. Don and his high school sweetheart, Janet, were the homecoming king and queen. I knew that. Don served his country in the Army Reserves from 1958 to 1965. Inspired by his older sister, Charlotte, who was a school teacher, Don enrolled in college after basic training. He went on to earn a Bachelor's of Science in Education at Central Michigan University. Don hired into North Van High School in 1965 as an industrial arts teacher. He later went on to earn his Master's of Arts degree from CMU. Don taught shop for 3 years, served as principal for 8 years, and as a superintendent for 20 years. Don was active in his profession, serving in both regional and state leadership roles with the Michigan Association of School Administrators. He had several major accomplishments while serving as a superintendent, and was often sought out as a mentor other administrators throughout the state. His last major accomplishment prior to retiring in 1995 was seeing the new high school project to completion. Don earned and maintained the respect of the students, staff, the Board of Education, and members of the community for his commitment and dedication in making North Branch schools the very best they could be. At the time of retirement, Don received a special tribute for distinguished career in education through the state of Michigan, signed by John Engler, Governor, Dan Elney-Grow, State Senator, and Kim Reed, State Representative, and a Distinguished Administrator Award from MASA. Don married his high school sweetheart, Janet Brown of Richfield, in July of 1959. They raised 3 children, John, class of '84, Jim, class of '88, and Tammy, class of '88. They were married for 56 years. They built a home together on North Branch Road this summer after Don began his career at North Branch, where Don, until his passing, and Janet continued to live. After retirement, Don continued working as a consultant for R.C. Hendricks. He would help schools planning a building program prepare for a successful bond program. Don also continued to help schools pro bono when called upon after leaving R.C. Hendricks. He also held several interim superintendent and elementary principal positions at Akron, Fairgrove, Dryden, Mayville, North Branch, Oldale, Gagetown, and USA. Don particularly enjoyed his interaction and time spent with the children as elementary principal on several of these rewarding assignments. Don was an active member of St. James Evangelistic Lutheran Church, holding many leadership roles. He was a member of the American Legion Post 457, serving on the Honor Guard, which on many occasions served at Great Lakes National Cemetery in Holly, Michigan. Over the years, he served in many associations, clubs, and as a member of the North Branch Township Board. Don enjoyed hunting, fishing, and golf, and was one of the original members of the Wednesday night league at Washakie. There's a rumor he may have had his own personal assigned seat at the Grand Slab. That's no rumor, because I go up there all the time. Where he ate lunch most days while employed at North Branch, and then continued that tradition after retirement. Don was very proud and thankful for being able to play a role in the legacy of the North Branch School and the community.
Dave mentioned, my name is John Gleeson, Don's eldest, and I'll be speaking on behalf of my family today, accepting my late dad's award. Most of my family is here today, and I'd like to introduce them. My mom, Janet, my wife, Laura, class of '84 as well, our two boys, Jake and Luke, my brother, Jim, his wife, Shonda, class of '88, and our daughter, Maylin. My sister, Tammy, could not be here today due to work obligations. On behalf of my family, I would like to congratulate the other inductees. My wife and I were in the same third grade class together. She said I was a brat, and that I used to tell everyone that my dad owned the school. So like I bragged about it back then, I need to do it all again today. Dad came from modest beginnings. His father was a carpenter, and his mother was a stay-at-home mom. He learned at an early age to work hard while helping his father build homes. He noticed in high school that students of higher socioeconomic status receive more attention from some of the teachers and staff. He attributed this to the notion that these students have a better chance of being successful. After starting his career in education, he vowed that all students would get the same treatment. I found a quote on his application for superintendent that supports this. It states, "I believe in the right for a quality school education at the public expense for all the children of all the people." Besides being a teacher, principal, and superintendent, some other roles Dad had while at North Branch included assistant varsity football coach, class sponsor. He was a hunter safety instructor and a driver's education instructor. He was voted by the students as Teacher of the Year after only 3 years of teaching. Some school memories of Mr. Gleeson. There's some pictures over on one of the tables there that you can stop and take a look at. Making doubles in shop class. Some of the younger people here can ask the parents about that. Dressing up and walking Main Street for homecoming parades. Standing under the chin-up bar in the old high school at basketball games. Anyone trying to cut the cord during intermission was swiftly redirected. Or if you caught wearing your hat, a quick stern reminder to remove it was issued. From that position, you could keep a watchful eye on the student body section. Discipline and decorum were very important to him, as all students represented North Branch schools. During Dad's tenure as superintendent, no school programs were cut. Remarkable achievement, as his tenure spanned times when school financing was difficult at best. He was a staunch believer in not wasting his employers, the community's money, and worked tirelessly to prevent that from happening as his school grew from 1,500 to 2,500 students under his watch. He worked with a sense of urgency to accomplish the school's goals and tasks without fanfare. He plain and simple got things done. He was respected by the students, staff, board, and community. He had an impact on hundreds of kids and families. At Dad's funeral, a former student mentioned that he was having family issues and was out on his own while finishing up his senior year. Dad had acted as a mentor and also allowed him to use the locker room facility to get ready for school in the mornings. The student went on to start on a successful business. He led a life dedicated to public service. After retiring, he continued with assignments at schools around the area and was sought out for his breadth of knowledge and experience, assisting until the next superintendent or principal retired. Dad wasn't always work all the time. Outside of work, he liked to golf, hunt, and fish. He enjoyed spending time with family up north at his hunting camp outside Harrison. He liked to tinker and always had a project or two to the lament of my brother and myself. After retirement, Mom and Dad traveled to Hawaii, twice to Alaska on their second trip, spending 2 months there traveling the state with their fifth wheel. They took a flying and fishing trip to Ontario and also trips to Germany and Ireland. I'd like to read some quotes from articles from local newspapers I found dating back during his tenure as superintendent and at the announcement of his retirement. The man has a reputation for giving work ethic a good name. Don is unique among school leaders, having spent his entire career as an educator in a single school system. Don Gleeson is a leader in the best sense of the word. He He will be greatly missed, and I hope he will give us the advantage of his counsel in the future. Gleeson made the news by announcing the end of his 31-year career at North Branch. That included 21 years as superintendent. No one stays that long unless he or she is extremely good at what they do. From 1974 to 1995, he guided North Branch area schools to a position envied by many surrounding communities. Through millage elections, building programs, teacher strikes, and a million rules, requirements, and reforms, he kept North Branch schools as a beacon of pride in Michigan's thumb. At the time of his retirement, he was one of the most experienced and respected superintendents in Michigan. Few Michigan superintendents can claim a career of 31 years in a single district. Dad felt he received as much back from the students, staff, and community as he gave. It was a team effort. He was proud of the students working hard at college campuses and in the workforce. He felt his life was enriched by the opportunity to work and live in the North Branch area, and is the primary reason why he stayed here his entire career. Don Gleeson epitomized North Branch pride. On behalf of Don's family, we respectfully accept this award in his honor. Thank you.
John is going to present it to his mother. Well, take pictures if you'd like. John,